Yo, Duelist, welcome back. We have a new quick combo video. I haven't made one of these in a long time, but this is going to be for the Sword Soul Tenyi deck. I'm doing some quick combos for you, and they're going to get progressively easier to the hardest ones to get used to and to know what to play through. So yeah, we're just going to start off with the simplest one, being Moye plus any worm. And then just a quick reminder, if you guys enjoy videos like these, please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. It's very easy and helps a lot. So yeah, we're just going to go right into it. So like I said, the first combo is going to be Moye plus any worm. So it's going to be normal summon Moye, activate the effect, reveal the worm in your hand, being this case being Vishuda, special summon a token, and then synchro summon the token and Moye, synchro summon Chi-Chao. You're going to go Chain Link 1, Chi-Chao to search, and then Chain Link 2, Moye to draw. And the reason you do this is A, because if you draw Blackout or Long Young, you can decide which one you want. And this also plays around things like Ghost Ogre and Ash Blossom on your Chi-Chao. So that's just something very important to keep track of. So we're going to draw. We drew Ashuna, so it doesn't really add anything to this play. And like I said, this is where you have options. So I'm not going to use this Ashuna. This is just something that you drew. It could be X card. So this is where you can add either Long Young, or you can add Sword Soul Blackout. You have options of whichever one you want to search for. Long Young is live because you still have the original worm that you revealed. So you can discard the Vishuda to special summon the Long Young, special summon a token, and then synchro summon the token with the Long Young, so that you can go into either one of the level 10 synchros. A lot of people like going in the Bear and the Floor, but recently with the Brave token engine, I prefer going into the new Sinister Sovereign. I just like it better. It just works better personally for me. Or if you don't want to go into level 10 synchro where you already have Long Young in your hand, you can just switch out the Long Young and keep the other worm in your hand for Blackout, and you can just have Blackout and Chi-Chao. That's up to you. But yeah, that's just the simple Moye by itself combo. Okay, for the next combo, we have a Vishuda, or this could be any Tenyi, plus a normal summon tuner, things like Ash, Ogre, and Nibiru the Primal Being. So essentially what this is to be able to use Halqifibrax with usually a worm in the graveyard. Yeah, but you don't have access to the white Tenyi. So yeah, this is Halqifibrax without the white Tenyi access. So you can special summon Vishuda. You don't even have to make the monk. You can normal summon the Ash Blossom, and then link 2, and go for a Halqifibrax. Activate the Halqifibrax so that we can summon our Despot 001. Link the 001 and the Halq for Auroradon. Auroradon will activate to summon our 3 tokens. So these should be Auroradon tokens. And then you can special summon back the Despot. And then you can synchro the 2 tokens and the Despot. Synchro summon Yazi. And then you can use the Auroradon to tribute itself to destroy the Yazi. Activate the Yazi effect in Graveyard. So you can summon Sword Soul Taye. Activate Taye. Now, like I said, in this scenario, we do have Vishuda, but if you don't, you can just banish the Yazi instead if you somehow do this play without a worm monster. And then, like I said, Taye effect will summon a token. Synchro the Taye and the token. We're going to special summon our Chi-Chao. Activate Chi-Chao as Chain Link 1 and Taye as Chain Link 2. So this is kind of where you have options of what you want to do. So like I said, you can banish the Yazi off of the Taye, or if you had a worm, like I said earlier, something like Vishuda, and you banish this instead, this is where your plays can vary a little bit. Because what happens is the Chi-Chao and the Taye can send something like Adhara, and the Chi-Chao can add something like Long Young, and because you still have this token here, your Tenyis are still alive to be able to banish and add this back. And then you can immediately activate Long Young to go for the level 10 play again. Or you can, instead of going for Long Young, like I said, you can just go for the standard Blackout play once again. But if you're going for the Blackout play, and you don't need to use the Taye Engrave, you can also leave the token. You can tribute this instead for the Auroradon and leave the Auroradon on the field. But, I mean, there's not really much value leaving Auroradon there or there being a pop next turn. So I like having an old monster on the field. That's just me personally, but you have options of what you want to do here. So, like I said, you can either get Blackout or Long Young. And then that's the end board pretty much, is either or. And then you can go, depending on what you used as your not tuner, or the other monster used with a tuner. Okay, so next up is our being able to make Halqifibrax with the light Tenyi access. So that this could be multiple different things. There's many different variances of this card, but the main important thing is where if you can get to Halqifibrax with the white Tenyi in the hand or graveyard, then this combo works. So this could be with Vessel that you can get to it. This doesn't have to be Adhara. It could be something else, but as long as you have the white Tenyi, you can do this combo. With 2 Tenyis, it doesn't require your normal summon. If you do it with like the white Tenyi plus an Ash Blossom, it does require your normal summon, but it doesn't change the play at all. So like I said, you can special summon the white Tenyi, link it off right into Monk, link summon Monk, activate Adhara, special summon, link off Adhara and Monk, link summon Halqifibrax, Halqifibrax effect, summon our Despot again, link summon Auroradon, Auroradon effect, we'll summon our 3 tokens, and then Despot will activate to special summon Despot. Now that we're here, this is actually very different, and I'm going to show you why. This is why the white Tenyi makes a big difference being in the graveyard. You can actually synchro the Despot and 1 token, and synchro Herald of the Arclight. Now that you're here, you can activate Ashuna from the graveyard, the white Tenyi, to summon Adhara, another Earth Tenyi. In this scenario, it's another Earth Tenyi. Like I said, the Earth Tenyi in your graveyard could be something like an Ash Blossom if you wanted to. Now you can synchro. Oh, sorry. Now that after you special summon Adhara, what you do is you can activate Adhara in graveyard. This scenario only works if it is Adhara. There's another way to do it if this is not Adhara. I can let you figure that out yourself. I think that's a fair way of doing this. You should be able to play this deck and understand things. That one I'll let you guys figure out on your own. But just to make things simpler, you add this back off of this one. You synchro summon the Adhara and the 2 tokens. Synchro summon Yazi. Activate the Auroradon to tribute to destroy the Yazi. Activate Yazi's effect in grave to special summon Moye. And now that we have Moye and we have the thing we added back off the tuner, we can reveal this to special summon a token again. And then we can synchro the Moye and the token for Chi Chao. And then you can activate Chi Chao 1, Moye 2. So we're going to draw a card, and then we're going to add our Long Young and or Blackout. In this scenario, I really like adding Long Young here if you don't have it, strictly because you have an Omni Negate in the form of Herald. So you want to get your Long Youngs because of how popular Brave Token is right now. You're going to activate Long Young, discard the Ashuna that you have to special summon itself and a token. And then synchro the Long Young and the token for Sinister Sovereign. And again, do not forget to burn with Long Young. Very important, comes up a lot. So now you end on Herald, Chi Chao, and Long and the Sinister Sovereign. That is 4 interruptions in it, 1 Omni Negate. This stops Brave Engine as 1 interruption and banishes a special summon monster as another interruption, and then a monster interruption negate. And that was just with 2 Tenyi cards. So yeah, so this combo in particular is very good for going second. If you watch the Zodiac Duelist tournament, I did this combo to a Thunder player. Comes up very rarely, but it's something that should still be known about. It is with the Long Young and the Light Tenyi. So we're going to activate the Long Young to discard the Light Tenyi. We're going to summon our token. And now we are not going to synchro for a level 10. We are actually going to activate our Ashuna in the graveyard. Now, the reason we're doing this is because this is a going second combo specifically. So we special summon our Adhara. And what we do here is we're going to synchro summon with the Long Young and the Adhara for Yazi. So this combo is meant for breaking boards. This is a breaking board combo that clears the board as you're going for an OTK. So you can summon out the Yazi. Now that you're here, you actually can activate the, well, burn for Long Young first of all, to deal 12, and then you can activate Adhara to add back the Ashuna. Next, you can activate Yazi to destroy itself and a card your opponent controls. So that's 1 card you destroy on your opponent's side of the field. Activate Yazi effect in graveyard, and we're going to special summon Moye. Now we can use the Moye effect, reveal the Ashuna that we have in hand to special summon another token. I'm just going to use this one, and we're just going to synchro with it immediately. So we can go right into Chi Chao. So again, we can go Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, draw a card, and special summon Tai, and add Taiye with this one. Now what we can do is, we can normal summon Taiye. A lot of these plays are reversible too. You could have went Taiye first off this, to done this other play first, but that's completely up to you. You're going to normal summon Tenyi, activate the effect, banish the Longyong, to special summon another Sword Soul token. Now you're going to synchro the Tenyi and the Sword Soul token for Baxia. Now, like I said before, you can switch these two around. You can summon Baxia first if it calls for it, or you can summon Chichao first if it calls for it. That's completely up to you. It does not make a difference in this combo. But you're going to activate Baxia as Chain Link 1, and then Tenyi as Chain Link 2. So you're going to get both of these effects to spin 2 more cards on your opponent's side of the field and dump a monster. What you dump off this does not really matter too much. You can send Vishuda if you want. Alright, now that we're here, we can activate the Vishuda to bounce another card. So that's 4 cards that we've gotten rid of on your opponent's side of the field. Now, we can activate Baxia, pop itself, to special summon back Tenyi. This is something that doesn't come up a lot, but like I said, it can come up, so it's something to keep in mind. Now you're going to synchro the Tenyi and the original Sword Soul token that you didn't use earlier with the Longyong, that's just been sitting here the whole time. And what you can do is you can actually make another Baxia. So here, you can spin another 2 cards if you want. So we have removed the card with Yazi, we have removed the card with Vishuda, we've removed 2 cards with a Baxia, and then we've removed 2 more cards with another Baxia if we want. So that's 6 card removal that we've played so far in this combo. Just something to keep in mind that's a little ridiculous to me. It's so insane. Now, this one in particular does not go for game, but it clears 6 cards off your opponent board and ends an interruption. Or, if you want to switch out the Baxia to end on an interruption, you don't need to get rid of more cards your opponent controls, going into the Berserker Tenyi is also an excellent option. So what this does is this allows you to do a lot more damage, beat over things, and it ends on double interruption as well, because this also counts as an interruption. But unfortunately, this loses to the Brave token, but this is very good for breaking through boards, this combo. This is also 7,000 damage. Why that's relevant? Same thing with the Baxia. The Baxia is also 6,300. Either way, if your opponent activated something like Predaplant, Verte, Anaconda, this is lethal. They will be at 6,000 life points, and then you can just OTK them with this combo while getting rid of 6 cards your opponent controls. That's very, very strong in my opinion and very underestimated against a lot of decks, so just something to keep in mind. Just as a way to play through hand traps, when you see a hand like this and you have a Worm with the Moye and you have the Adhara, you have to decide whether how you want to play through hand traps. So sometimes the problem with a hand like this is you can special summon Vishuda, link it off in the Monk, and then special summon Adhara and go for a Halqifibrax play, but that could stop by a lot of just 1-card things. So something that you can do is activate the Adhara to special summon it, and then normal summon the Moye, and then activate and reveal Vishuda. So what this does is, if they have Imperm or Veiler, they should do it on the Moye, but even if they do it on the Moye, you can still link into Halqifibrax and keep comboing anyway. So that's just something to keep in mind, just for a simple way to play through some hand traps. I'm not going to do anything too explicit. This deck's very, very complicated in the way that you have to play through hand traps and how you have to think and being able to read your opponents, because there's ways you can play through Nibiru, there's ways you can play through Ash Blossom, Ogre, Veiler, Imperm. There's just so many different cards that you need to learn how to play through. Same thing with things like Artifact Lancia. So yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. Okay, so lastly, I want to show off a combo that shows if you're going maybe game 2 or game 3, you feel your opponent has Nibiru and you want to play around it in a better way. This is a streamlined Tenyi combo that plays around things like Nibiru and Ogre and Veiler very nicely, so it's just something to keep in mind. So what you're going to do is you're going to activate the Ashuna, link it off, special summon Monk, activate Cycle, add Adhara, and then send Ashuna just as a follow-up for next turn. Activate Adhara to special summon, and then activate Ashuna to special summon from deck. Again, this is no normal summon, no Halqifibrax. This is just to get around Nibiru. And now you can synchro summon the Adhara and the Vishuda for Baxia. And then you can activate Baxia to destroy the Monk and the special summon back Adhara. And then synchro Baxia and Adhara for Chaofeng. And Chaofeng, which says your opponent cannot activate light monsters. So this is good for Nibiru, Veiler, Ogre, Lancia. So you're already prepared for things like this, even though they would have Lancia'd you already. But this is mainly just used for Nibiru. This is the main thing that stops you from getting Nibiru'd. And then you still have something like this in hand where you can continue to combo and do your normal play. So what this allows you to end on is Chaofeng, if I can find it, Chaofeng, Sinister Sovereign, and Chichao, which is a very strong end board. You could also have Blackout, depending on how you want to make your board. But this is a very, very strong end board. It's very good. And again, it plays around a lot of things. It's just if your hand has a lot of monsters, it's the safest way to play around everything. So yeah, overall, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed these combos. Let me know in the comments what you think, and if there's any other combos that you know that you would like to share, please leave them down in the comments below for other people so they can also learn. Again, if you like these videos like these, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and it doesn't take a lot and helps the channel a lot. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.